Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. This is going to be part 4 of the Big Boss Big Brute restoration project, and I have a surprise. I pulled the trigger and bit the bullet and bought a Big Brute from eBay. It's one that I have been looking at for a while, and I wasn't terribly serious about it. I went back and forth with the seller with some offers, and then I get a counter offer, and finally, shortly after starting to work on the 2 Big Boss trucks, I sent an offer $100 less than asking, and they accepted it. So I thought, this is as good as it's going to get. I might as well grab it. So this truck, in conjunction with, I think basically all it needs is an actual Big Brute bumper. Now, back in the day, my original Big Brute, I replaced that bumper with a High Rider Corvette bumper because it was white and really nice, and nicer than the Big Brute bumper. So for my runner Big Brute, I'll do the same, and for my shelf Big Brute, I'll put on the actual bumper, and that bumper is coming all the way from Alaska. I made a deal with a guy who I met through the Facebook group for vintage Kyosho monster trucks, and we struck a deal for Big Brute parts in exchange for some cash and this. And I feel bad it's taking a long time to get this out the door. It's still not out the door. This is Sunday night. I just drove I drove a total of 6 hours to get home after an IPSC match in Dartmouth, Nova Scotia, and I'm still wearing my shooting jersey. I walked through the door. This arrived on Saturday. First thing I did was take it downstairs, open it up. So this is a Big Boss body. That's going to Alaska. So that's got to get put in the mail tomorrow. I got the label done. I got the body packed. So I'll get that in the mail tomorrow. Okay, so I got it open, packing peanuts. Hate them. Here's a thank you card with a couple of parts in it. And not sure why. You got to see this. First of all, the card says, is that backwards? That's backwards. And the cat's meowing. Whatever. Thank you, Trevor. We hope you enjoy. Greetings and blessings from Florida. Nice. Happy 2024. Found and Co. And there's another on the back side. That was handwritten on there. And then the back of the card has some writing on it from the manufacturer as well. This appears to be the antenna tube for the Big Brute, but this is what I really want to show you. That is a plastic AR-15 barrel. I'm not sure if that person knows I'm a gun person. That would be impossible to know, but for some reason, I don't remember that ever coming with a Big Brute. There's a small broken off AR-15 barrel in this, because, you know, Florida man. Every good news story starts with Florida man. So that's a nice touch. All right, whoa, let's get to it. What do we got first? Okay, we got really excellent packaging. Oh, I don't want these stupid things getting all over the place. Hold on. Just try and dump some of the packing peanuts in that other box that was too big for the Big Boss body. Okay, first thing I come to is a pair of wheels. They're Big Brute wheels. They've had rubber tires on them once upon a time. They need to be cleaned. Now, I made a mistake once, and I soaked a set of, I wouldn't even consider them vintage, plastic wheels in acetone. That's how I always get the worn out race tires off of my rims, clean them up, and glue on fresh tires on those rims. Just soak them in acetone. Eats the glue, pull off the worn off tire, and away you go. Don't do that with vintage plastic. It will turn into a puddle of plastic. So you got to find a new way to get the tires off. So this is a Kyosho truck, and if I can get this out here, it came with a charger, a battery, batteries, and look how well that's packed. That's packed seriously well. This person is going to get 5 stars on their packaging. I had one of these radios back in the day. I bought a Big Boss from a kid. I was a kid too, but like we were both in like high school age. And he gave me a really good deal because he couldn't get the radio to work with the truck. He didn't understand about crystals. So anyway, I had one of these Kyosho radios back in the late 80s, early 90s. No, it was early 90s. I did not hate it. It was a pretty good pistol grip radio. I was running Futaba. But this Kyosho radio wasn't bad. So this is obviously a professional eBayer. They even have eBay packing tape on the package, so they must do a lot of business. They probably buy estates or something and then sell the stuff that they get in auctions or estate sales. It is in incredible condition. Interesting. Kyosho's from Japan, but the radio is made in Korea. So I remember seeing something with the battery box. Had some corrosion on it. Probably was put away with batteries in it and they leaked. Yep, but I've seen a lot worse. That's totally clean. You can totally clean that up and use that if you're so inclined. There's a plug there too. Like as if a battery pack plugs into it. I never knew that to be an option on this radio. Maybe I can find the manual online and see what that was for. So this is a Kyosho Pulsar Pro 2000. Yeah, steering trim, throttle trim. Really, really analog, old school radio. Not horrific. Great, you know. If you want to run a vintage buggy with vintage equipment, that'd be just fine. 2 NiCad packs. I'll be curious to see what's in them. I'll cycle them a few times. Try and get rid of any memory that might be in them. They're also Kyosho branded battery packs. Wow. 1200 milliamp NiCads. Old school stuff. That's awesome. I never had one of these chargers, but I've seen them in catalogs and magazines, online. I wonder if this came as like a package. Kyosho branded batteries, Kyosho branded radio, and a Kyosho charger. Just a dial charger, DC only. Can't control anything, just time. Huh. I don't even know what I set it to. There we go. The dial's not on correctly. Here we go. There. The dial. Somebody had taken this off and it wasn't pointed at 0. There. Now it's timer set to 15 minutes. That's it. And I mean, you could make them work. You could use a voltmeter to keep track of the voltage and basically make it a peak charger if you know what you were doing. Just charge it until the voltage peaks and starts to drop off, and then you're done. Alright, last but not least, maybe. Should be another set of wheels in here. Yep. There's a other set of Kyosho Big Root wheels. Again, need tires. If anybody happens to be watching this video, all 5 of you, and you know where I can get Kyosho tires, Kyosho Big Root tires that are in good shape, or a modern tire that's the same dimensions that fits those wheels. If somebody has some new old stock Duratrax tires from back in the day, that'd be great. The packing job, again, is phenomenal. There's actually, it's hard to tell in the camera because of the glare, but he put packing peanuts in between the body and the truck and then wrapped it in shrink wrap. There's another thank you sticker and a hey, thanks for your purchase, please leave us feedback sticker. So these guys are not new to eBay. They know all the tricks to get the positive feedback. And they also know how to write a description. This was like untested, you know, like they made sure that you were buying it as is, where is. You knew that. This is exciting, guys. I haven't had a big brute in my hands since the very, very early 90s. And I went from no vintage Kyosho monster truck to 3 in them less than a month. Wow, they really, really did a good job supporting the body with chunks of styrofoam in between the body and the chassis to stop the body from collapsing onto itself. Not their first rodeo. So the body's trashed, that's alright. There's a new body coming from Team Blue Groove, also here on, or you can find them on eBay, and a set of reproduction stickers also on the way from MCI, both of which are Canadian companies, by the way, which is super cool. Alright, this is exciting. Let's have a look at it before we even take the body off. I remember them being bigger. I mean, it's bigger than the Blackfoot. It's a lot smaller than the Clawbuster. Wow, I never seen anybody actually do that before. To me, a female plug. This little bracket here screwed onto the thing that holds the battery pack in. Two extra holes here. So if you were going to run a 7-cell stick pack, you would slide this. It's supposed to look like a gas tank. It slides out, and you screw it to the bottom of the chassis with these 2 screws in those holes for the longer battery. You get the battery in through the side here. That closes up. You put a body pin in there. Outstanding. So it's not mint by any stretch of the imagination, but I'd say it's in very good condition. There's no rust on the hinge pins. The front end's not broken. The bumper, as I said, is missing. Geez, guys, it even has the original white hubs. And I can't tell until I take them off if they're cracked. There's no cracking that I can see on the outside edge or this surface. It has the original Le Mans 05 motor. The resistor for the speed control is not broken. Okay, there's a little bit of rust on the back pins here. A little bit of rust on the shafts. This is not original factory. This rear link has been replaced with some Dubro one. They used whatever they could find to fit on the balls. We definitely got a blown out bearing here, or it might even be completely missing, or could be completely worn out plastic bushings. So something funky going on here. That's not original, but so what? I can put an original part on there from one of the other trucks if I want this to look original for the shelf. Alright, let's get this body off. The body's in horrible condition. I'll patch it up from the inside and use it as a runner. I'll salvage the best parts. I have some body parts coming as well from that dude in Alaska. Here we go. Somebody was calling this a Nissan. That's Toyota, right? That's always been a Tacoma. Somebody, I think, on one of the Facebook groups, which I will be posting this video to. So, dude, if that's you and you called it Nissan and I'm wrong, I stand corrected. Cracked in all the typical places. Only the remnants of one mirror. Look at this. Look at this. That's the old school original Kyosho speed control that was later changed, replaced with this. This one was far, far superior to that little circuit board thing. That thing was, I honestly don't think my speed control in my Babe Brute, this version, I don't think it lasted one day before it melted. And I don't know if it's something I did or not, but it did not last. And I actually replaced it with a Tamiya until I got my first electronic speed control, because the Tamiya mechanicals were fine. Okay, so a quick cursory look over. First couple of things I see is there's some screws missing here and here, and in the back there and there. I am impressed. Something loose in there somewhere. Actually sounds like it. Oh, you know what that is? I bet you there's a nut that fits in here to screw the original bumper to. There's something rattling in there. I bet you it's that nut. Guys, I'm super impressed with this truck. It's with the exception of the bumper and tires, it's complete. The resistor for the speed control is not even cracked. The resistor on this speed control is bigger, heavier, and it's cracked. Look at that. You can see that it's missing. A whole section is broken off. That was another weak link to these mechanical speed controls. Once that resistor let go, you couldn't use it. So, but this was an upgrade. So, okay, well that's it for now, guys. I may do another one on this. I don't know when I start to. I'm gonna pop this off, look inside. We'll see. We'll see if there's something worthy of another video. I'll put it out. Oh, I bet you the play that we see here on both sides, I bet you that's just worn out plastic bushings. Just awful. Like, this is it. Like, this is the closest I can find to rust. Right there. I'm really, really impressed. Really impressed. The little bit of rust that's on here, I will be able to clean up easy. The one going on the shelf will get keep the plastic shocks. The runner's going to get some oil filled. This might not be right. I believe back in the day, I think that's supposed to be a lock nut. I'm not sure. This little pieces of rubber tubing in there to take up the slop. It doesn't seem exactly right. I'll reference the manual and go from there. All right, everybody. It's been a long day. I need to go to bed, go to work tomorrow. But I had to share this. I had to check this out. Super excited. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. See you next time.